Alright, guys. It is Thursday, June 17th, 2021 at 6:07 p.m. Alright, let's start. We have the storm in the Gulf. Let's take a look at what they have to say about it. It says tropical storm warnings issued for Gulf Coast ahead of potential tropical depression. A tropical or subtropical depression is likely to form the western Gulf of Mexico Thursday night or Friday. This system will bring a threat of heavy rain and possible flooding to the northern Gulf Coast this weekend. Storm surge, high surf, and rip currents will also be threats at the coast. A tropical subtropical depression is expected to form in the western Gulf of Mexico, and no matter how well organized the system becomes, it poses a threat of flooding rain along parts of northern U.S. Gulf Coast heading into Father's Day weekend. This system could also contribute a coastal flooding, dangerous rip currents, and gusty winds. Tropical storm conditions are likely along portions of the northern Gulf Coast this weekend, and tropical storm warnings have been issued for the intercoastal city, Louisiana, to the Alabama-Florida border. This warning includes New Orleans. So we got tropical storm warning, tropical storm watch conditions possible. It says for now the system is being called a potential tropical cyclone by the National Hurricane Center. This designation is used in the National Hurricane Center to give early heads up to residents along the coast that winds of at least 40 miles an hour are possible within the next 2 days. A National Hurricane Center said there's a high chance of tropical or subtropical depression forming in the western Gulf of Mexico tonight or early Friday. A subtropical depression or storm has features of both tropical and non-tropical systems. The National Hurricane issues forecasts of these hybrid systems as they are assigned a number or name, just like a tropical depression or storm. So if it does form into a system or storm, it could be called Claudette. Alright, next. This system is a broad area of low pressure in the central Gulf of Mexico that is producing somewhat disorganized showers and thunderstorms, mainly in the system's east. Rainfall in that region could trigger flooding in parts of Mexico. Computer forecast models have been consistently suggesting over the past several days that a low pressure may become better defined as it gets drawn northward through the western Gulf of Mexico later today into Friday. So by Friday, 40 miles an hour here in the Gulf. As it gets early AM, it'll be 45 miles an hour as it approaches the shoreline. So pretty much it's going to be an overnight storm. Alright, let's take a look at some of these models. Alright, so this is the National Weather Service's radar right now. Some rain and showers happening over Florida right now from the storm. And this is what the storm looks like in radar right now, July 17th. Alright. There is some Saharan air layer hampering the development of the storm. So some of the Saharan dust is affecting the storm, keeping it from developing into a bigger storm. Also, there's wind shear, as you see here, over the the Gulf area. So the wind shear is causing it not to develop into an even bigger storm. Alright. Let's take a look here. Okay. By Friday, 2 p.m., it'll be here, but it will reach either Friday evening and Saturday in the AM on shore. Alright, so pretty much expect it to be an overnight storm. Alright, coastal watches and warnings and forecast cone for the storm center. Alright, current central location is 22.9 north and 92.4 west. Maximum sustained winds is 30 miles an hour. Movement north at 9 miles an hour. And it is a depression now. It will become a storm as it reaches 1 p.m. on Friday and 1 a.m. on Saturday. Then it reaches onshore. Then it will become a depression as it makes landfall and is in Mississippi. A depression as it goes over Alabama on Sunday at 1 a.m. and 1 p.m. on Sunday a depression as it reaches Tennessee and North Carolina areas. So it's going to be bringing a lot of rain inland. Alright, this is the tropical storm force wind speed probabilities. As you see, from Louisiana all the way to Alabama and parts of the panhandle of Florida, there could be winds affecting 45 miles an hour, not that much, but it is strong wind gusts. Alright, and here we have the earliest reasonable arrival time of tropical storm force winds. Friday 8 p.m. Reaching into Louisiana. By Friday 2 p.m. The coast should be starting to feel the winds. Alright, so it will be an overnight storm into Louisiana and the Mississippi area. It's going to be overnight, so I know a lot of people are saying another overnight storm, but that's what you're getting. Alright, experimental peak storm surge forecast graphic. This is the height of the waves. It says the combination of a dangerous storm surge and a tide will cause normally dry areas near the coast to be flooded by rising waters moving inland from the shoreline. The water could reach the following heights above the ground somewhere within the indicated areas. If the peak surge occurs at a time of high tide, the deepest water will occur along the immediate coast near the landfalling location, where the surge will be accompanied by large and destructive waves. Surge-related flooding depends on the relative timing of the surge and the tidal cycle, and can vary greatly over short distances. But they're forecasting for between Cameron and Intracoastal City 1 to 2 feet, and then between Vermilion Bay and Lake Pontchartrain 2 to 3 feet as it reaches the shore in Louisiana. In the Mississippi-Alabama border 2 to 3 feet, and in Mobile Bay 1 to 3 feet. The Alabama-Florida border as well, 1 to 3 feet storm surge. So heads up for the people living in those coastal areas. Alright, so this is the National Weather Service, and they're giving a weather hazard threefold, saying a large dome of high pressure will continue the sweltering heat in parts of the west and central plains. Meanwhile, a cold front will produce several thunderstorms capable of all hazards the next few days from the mid or upper Mississippi Valley into the Ohio Valley and Great Lakes. Finally, a tropical and subtropical depression may form in the west central Gulf of Mexico tonight or early Friday. So we're getting heat. Then we have, let me look it up, high surf warning for the Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi borders and Florida panhandle, and then tropical storm warning for the Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama coastline. Alright. This is the tracking of the storm, possibly going into Louisiana, parts of Alabama, Mississippi, into northern parts of Georgia, and then reaching Tennessee and North Carolina. Alright. This is another map. Alright, so this is a potential tropical cyclone. It could be reaching right over Louisiana, parts of Mississippi and Alabama, and either parts of Georgia, Tennessee, or North Carolina as it reaches deeper inland. Alright. And this is the potential Tropical Cyclone 3 model track guidance. They keep calling it Tropical Cyclone 3 because it hasn't been named Claudette yet. But these are the models where it could land. It could either land deeper in Louisiana or more to the east. Alright. And then there's a Storm Prediction Center. We have enhanced look for day 1 in the middle of the country here by the Great Lakes. We have enhanced for Madison, Wyoming, Rockford, Illinois, Cedar Rapids, Rochester, Waterloo. We have enhanced, so we have enhanced possibility of weather We also have slight for Chicago, Illinois, Milwaukee, Des Moines, Aurora, and Napeville, Illinois. So look for the possibility of more severe weather, possibility of tornadoes and hail in these areas. All right. Let's see. Yeah, then the following day, the day 2 convective outlook, we have the possibility of wind high potential in Indianapolis, Columbus, Ohio, Akron, Ohio, Dayton, Ohio, and Springfield, Illinois. We're having a 30% chance right here in these areas, and you gotta keep a heads up because severe storms could go through there, tornadoes, so heads up for the Midwest there. Excuse me, the Michigan area. Alright. Let's take a look at windy. Alright, so these are the clouds. As we, let's play so you can see as a storm reaches into the Louisiana area, Louisiana, Mobile, Alabama area. As it reaches Friday 1 or 2 a.m., it will be closer to the shore. As it reaches 12 p.m. on Friday, 1 p.m., it will be even closer. And then Friday at 7 p.m., it could possibly be on land, making landfall. Here, let's zoom in here. This is just a model. This isn't exactly what's going to happen. This is just a forecast model. So, giving you guys a heads up. Let's take a look at the waves so we can see the wave height. So the waves are going to be mostly around the eastern edge of New Orleans into Alabama, Mobile, and parts of the Panhandle. Alright, so these are the winds. Alright. So it's going to be quite interesting to see exactly what's going to happen compared to the models. Alright, let's take a look at the National Hurricane Center and Central Pacific Hurricane. We have potential tropical cyclone 3. That is what they're naming it right now. If it does turn into Claudette, I'll make a video on it. But right now, it's maximum sustained winds of 25 knots or 30 miles an hour. Minimum central pressure of 1,008 millibars. Located at 22.9 north and 92.4 west. Movement north at 8 knots or 9 miles an hour. Formation chance through 48 hours, high at 90%. And formation chance through 5 days, high at 90%. Alright, so it's very high probability of forming into something. Alright. Alright, let's see if we can read more on this. It says, unfavorable upper-level winds or wind shear and dry air are two factors that should prevent this system from intensifying quickly. Those factors will also keep most of the impacts from this system in areas near and well to the east of where its center of circulation tracks. The majority of computer model guidance suggests the center of the system will move inland on the northern and northwestern Gulf Coast early this weekend. Impacts like rainfall, higher than normal tides, and rip currents could arrive on the northern Gulf Coast by Friday. It says, regardless of exact track or strength of the system, we expect heavy rain along the northern Gulf Coast, bringing as soon as Friday, spreading into parts of the Deep South this weekend. This includes already soaked parts of Louisiana and the lower Mississippi Valley. The system is expected to be lopsided to the right, meaning the heaviest rainfall will be from the near center's path to the east of the storm. The heaviest rain is expected from southeast Louisiana into parts of Mississippi, Alabama, and the Florida Panhandle. This is where the threat of flash flooding will be highest. Flood watches have been issued in this region. For Grand Isle, New Orleans, Biloxi, Mobile, Destin, we have flood watch and possibility of higher tides and rip currents. So please be careful if you live along these shores. Don't go swimming during those times on Friday. It's going to be quite scary. Alright, So heads up for you guys. Hope you like this video. Hit like and subscribe, and see you guys next time. God bless you guys.